author with the book Strong at 55 and Beyond, Dr. Chakri Reddy.
Thank you, everyone. Um, I think I wanted to start with a quote like saying, Fatah said that you should have something really powerful here, like an opening statement or sentence. And I was thinking a lot about it. What should be that first opening sentence? And then after painful thinking, I came up with something. Who said dreams can't come true? Who said dreams can't come true? I am a literal living and breathing example right in front of you that dreams do come true. And I'll tell you why. Let me take you back almost 40 years in time. It makes me feel really old, but yeah. I was around 8 years old at the time, 8 or 9 years old. And I was supporting my family, my parents. We were farming at the time. So we come from a farming background. I was helping my parents with plowing the fields, milking the cows. And every morning around half 4 in the morning, I used to go and sell milk. And that's how we were sustaining at the time. And fast forward like another 15, 20 years, I was in UK, I was a doctor. Then I was flying really very high in UK. And I could get all the professional qualifications that a doctor could get in UK, including FRCP, that is the highest medical qualification a doctor could get from UK. So from farming to FRCP, and that was nothing short of a roller coaster ride for me. Thank you. But then I had to come back to India. Of course, it was my own wish, and thanks to my wife for supporting that. And I came primarily because of my aging parents, and I had to stay closer to them. So I came to India, and in the process, I was trying to figure out what I should be doing here. And then I bumped into a couple of coaches and courses, and then eventually I became an author, and thanks to Fatah Khan for that. In fact, becoming an author gives me more pride and privilege than actually when I got my FRCP degree. So I just want to quickly touch upon why I actually wrote this book, Strong at 55 and Beyond. See, in UK, I've been in UK for more than 20 years. So as a consultant, as a senior doctor, I've seen numerous cases, numerous patients where they were suffering with some common conditions, their complications, illnesses, which can be actually prevented. Surprisingly, a number of them can be actually prevented, including conditions like heart attacks or brain strokes or kidney failures. But it has not happened. Even today, even now in India and across the globe, I see a lot of people who are suffering from these complications, undue, unnecessary complications. Is that ignorance? Partly it is ignorance. Is it neglect? Yes, there is a degree of neglect as well. So somewhere along this line, it inspired me, it kind of ignited a spark in me to say, I should do something for this group of people. And that's where my actual mission started to take shape. My mission is to actually help 1 crore people across the globe to lead a healthy, happy, and independent life. 1 crore people. And to that extent, I thought this was a perfect start. Because why it is 55? I thought long and hard whether I should write this book for people targeting from 30 years onwards. But then I thought, hang on a second. I see most people who are in their 50s and beyond. That's when actually people start to face health issues. People who are in their 30s and 40s, they're still young, still energetic, the body is supporting them, so they don't feel as much health issues. But it's when they're mid 50s and beyond, that's when ill health starts to catch up. And that's when people start to suffer. So I thought this would be a perfect time, perfect topic to write about how they can lead a healthy, independent life from their mid 50s to later in their life. May that be 70s, 80s, or even 90s. So in that process, I have written this book. Now, again, when I was writing, I was penning it down and writing this book, there was a lot of ideas flying through my mind, a lot of concepts going through my mind. And I was thinking, how should I actually write this book? What all information should I put in this book? How would it be useful to the reader? I was trying to put myself in the reader's shoes and trying to think, how will a reader benefit from this book? I shouldn't make it a medical textbook. It would be an absolute waste of time if I made it a medical textbook. I shouldn't be making it too scientific either. I want this book to be read by common people so they can take use of it. They can apply it in their daily knowledge, daily life. So in the process, again, thanks to Fatah sir, he said, if you want something to be really simplified, you should use frameworks. So after a long thought, I came up with a framework called as life framework. We are living, so I thought life framework is perfectly suited for this. So that's what I was talking in this book, life framework. You don't enjoy life unless you live long enough. Simple basic rule, right? For everything to enjoy, for everything to happen in life, you need to live. That's the basic rule. So the L in life framework is longevity. What all things you should do to live long, to increase your lifespan. Okay, so you're living long enough, but then what is the point if you're bedbound or lying in a room and you can't get out of the house, if you're dependent on others for your life? That's a pointless life, isn't it? Most people feel they don't want to lead a life like that. So the second step in the life framework is being independent. How you can lead an independent life. You're living long enough now, and now we have some tools to showing you how we can live an independent life. That's well and good. So you're living long life, you're independent now, but somewhere deep inside, you're not feeling happy. You're feeling low. You're feeling you lost something, you lost the spark or something. And that's where fulfillment, the F aspect of the framework comes in. And this is where I try to help the reader to reinvent their lost passion and lost purpose, the fulfillment section. And then once this section is fulfilled, we come to the final aspect, which is the E. The E is the enjoyment aspect. Now, enjoyment is not what I'm talking about when you're watching the cricket movie or going to watch movie Pushpa 2 or something and then feeling happy watching the hero banging 100 different goons. That's not the kind of enjoyment I'm talking about. Not the external sources giving us enjoyment. It is the internal enjoyment, the inner peace. Now, when you're peace with yourself, when you're peace with your partner, when you're in peace with your parents, your children, your relatives, your friends, then I think that is the highest level of living. And as far as I know, there's only very few people who have managed to attain that. So in this book, I make an attempt to show the path how that can be also achieved, or that can be also at least attempted to reach that level. So that is, in simple, the life framework. And again, I could have easily made this a very theoretical book, but again, I thought that is not going to be useful to the reader. It has to be absolutely practical. Barring the first 2 or 3 chapters, every chapter has a toolkit, a checklist, or something towards the end of this chapter. And that nicely summarizes what the entire chapter is all about. And I've broken this down into small, tiny, tiny chunks. So it's easy for people to adapt, easy for people to embrace it in their daily life. So that, in essence, is what this book is all about. I know most of you are very young people here, but this could be a book for your parents or your elder brothers, sisters, or whoever, your loved ones. But I feel this is a book that's going to touch millions of lives in coming years. And towards the end, I would like to conclude by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to one and only mentor, I'm saying Dr. Fatah Khan, but yes, I could give you a PhD now. So Fatah Khan, right? Many thanks, Fatah, for helping me to write this book. And I would like to thank my wife, Dr. Sarita Nima, because without her support, there was no way I would have actually managed to complete this book. I have each and every a lot of precious time, family time, and thanks to her support for helping me to write this. And also my 2 lovely kids who are sitting in the back, Dhriti and Vishrut, because it's their encouragement that has always shown. They were constantly asking, what have you written today? What have you done today? What is the title of your chapter, etc., etc. So just constantly motivated me that I should be doing something really good for the reader. And of course, thanks to my parents who are not physically here in Bangalore, they're in Hyderabad, they couldn't make it, but I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to them as well.